Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Naturalist. I'm your host, Adrienne Smith. And before we get started today, I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. Thank you so much, Bimbo Bakeries USA and Om Mushroom Superfood. Om Mushrooms, founded in 2010 by preventative medicine expert Dr. Sandra Carter and mycologist Stephen Farrar, creates organic mushroom supplements designed to support a wide range of functional benefits, including cognitive function, gut health, energy, and overall well-being. Grown in a BRCGS AA-rated facility in Vista, California, their products deliver full-spectrum purity and potency. Om's available nationwide at retailers including Whole Foods Market, Sprouts, and Walmart, blending ancient wisdom with modern science to make mushrooms accessible for everyday use for one and all. Now, I am here today with a frequent guest star and lovely colleague, Douglas Brown. Hi, Doug.
Hi there. Great to be here, as always.
So I wanted to talk to you today because the person that we interviewed, so we did a series of interviews. This is the latest one of those series during the CPG Innovation Summit in the Content Creation Studio at Expo West. So these were live interviews. And one of the really delightful and fun ones we did was with Sierra Forest of Simply Sunflower Oil. So it's a sunflower oil company, multi-generational family farm in Oklahoma. And she was here to tell us all about her sunflower seed oil and just a really fun conversation. But what I wanted to talk to you about first, just briefly, is you've written a lot for newhope.com, for Natural Foods Merchandiser, about seed oils and the facts and fiction, the non-seed oil movement. And one of those conclusions I know that you've talked about a lot is are seed oils really bad, or is it actually the processing that's so difficult, or that makes them challenging health-wise? So I know recently at Expo West, you moderated a fantastic panel with the folks behind the non-UPF, that's
right,
non-ultra processed food seal. So I'd love to hear a little bit about, what you've learned from delving into these themes and a couple of takeaways.
Well, on the seed oil front, the first thing I do want to say is, right, I mean, it is more the manufacturing, with the exception, I'm going to guess, if there's a seed that is a GMO, it is then made via an acceptable manufacturing process. That's probably also going to be it's going to be a UPF. But in general, like just taking oil out of the sunflower seed, that's non-UPF. The problem is when I looked at this, but here that most olive oil, actually extra virgin olive oil, it is basically olives are pressed. There's almost no other step to get that onto your shelf. To get the kind of seed oils that you hear a lot of Maha talk about, and they're in a lot of our foods. And they often do come from seeds. And they go through there's all these chemicals. It's all this high pressure. It's highly manufactured to end up with that shelf-stable oil. And so that kind of oil, which again often is for the seed, is an ultra-processed food. But you can go to probably any natural grocery and it'll probably say expeller pressed, or it might say in an extra virgin or something like that. And that is going to be, in general, that is probably going to not be an ultra-processed food. It's perfectly healthy to eat an oil that comes out of the sunflower seed or a sesame seed, as long as it's, done in a good way.
Gosh, I kind of feel so sad for seeds. They're getting such a bad rap and they're so healthy.
Totally. I've even heard that some people are taking this messaging that seed oils are bad to mean nuts are bad. Nuts are most definitely not bad for anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is unfortunate. The messaging is getting mixed right now.
Yeah. And, I even talked to a brand because this has gotten so much press and it's kind of been spinning and gaining momentum, this idea of non-seed oil foods. I talked to this brand that was, I want to say from Taiwan at Expo West, and they were talking about how they're going to have a whole new line of products, their exact same products, but only for the US market that are seed oil free. And I just kind of thought, oh my gosh, these were really good products. They were really clean ingredients. They were organic. I was thinking, I just don't know where this is all going to stop.
Yeah, I know it is too. And that's one of the beauties of the seal. I mean, I'm certain, in fact, Megan Westgate, who founded the non-GMO project and the non-UPF certified verification deal, she did say that I'm pretty sure that there are not any seed oils that yet have that on them because it just started. But I'm going to guess there are going to be seed oils that will have that symbol on them down the road. So you'll know, oh, I can buy this sunflower oil and it's not an ultra processed food. But again, I think most of the ones you're going to buy in bulk at a natural grocers, or at least a lot of them, are not going to be ultra processed foods. A lot of what the UPF is stuff that big food buys an enormous, like probably the size of aircraft carriers full of oil that they put into everything on the earth. And that stuff is ultra processed. It's not as much though what you buy on the shelf, but there probably are some, especially the big bulk giant things of like some kind of canola oil or something. That's probably more leaning ultra processed.
Well, and this is where I'm going to prove you wrong because Simply Sunflower, who I talked to for the podcast, they do have that non-UPF seal.
That's right.
So
you're right.
that's what I thought was super exciting about this brand.
Yeah. 100%.
It's a very, very, has, like you said, for the olive oil process, I mean, it's cold pressed. It's ready to go. I think I chugged a little of it during the interview. It was delicious. And actually, fun story, the next day at Expo West, it was kind of windy. There was lots of flyaways in my hair. I didn't have any hair products. I used some of the sunflower oil in my hair.
Very smart.
It smelled fantastic all day. So
yeah,
Simply Sunflower, you can put it on your salad, put it on your hair, drink it out of the bottle.
That's right. It's probably a pretty good moisturizer too, I'll bet.
Excellent moisturizer.
Bimbo Bakeries USA bakes brands families know and trust, like Sara Lee Bread, Thomas's, Entenmann's, Oro Wheat, Little Bites, and Ballpark. They're baked and delivered every day by more than 20,000 associates across the country. Bimbo Bakeries USA is a proud part of Grupo Bimbo, the world's largest baking company, with operations in 39 countries. The company's purpose of nourishing a better world is brought to life through its work to improve health and wellness, protect the environment, support the communities where they live and serve, and by valuing associates.
Well, thanks so much for being here, Doug, and please enjoy this interview with Sierra Forrest of Simply Sunflower. Hello, we're at Expo West, and I am joined today by Sierra Forrest of Simply Sunflower Oil. Why I missed the oil. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. This is a delight.
Oh, you're a delight. I can tell already. So I'm so excited that you're here because I think we have a lot to talk about. But before we get into that, tell me a little bit about your brand, about your company, and what's behind it.
Yeah. So my dad is behind the brand.
Let's see his picture.
Yes, you can see him right on the bottle of our Simply Sunflower Oil. So our family has been farming for 120 years. The same land in Nebraska. My dad uses regenerative farming methods. So we really look at the health of the soil because if we take care of the soil, it takes care of us. We're amazed at how it really helps grow nutrient-dense crops. So we grow lots of things, but the main thing we're looking at is our sunflowers, and that's how we produce our Simply Sunflower Oil. It is filled with nutrients, and then we make sure that we cold press it and we do not refine it in any way. It's just filtered and all natural. So that's a lot of the benefits of Simply Sunflower.
There's something very special that you were sharing with me about the oil earlier. Do you want to share that?
Yes, we are so excited at Expo West to get to announce we are America's very first cooking oil to be non-UPF verified. So that means that we are not ultra processed. Most cooking oils are heavily processed, highly refined, and you can even see it in color differences. Wow. This is an organic sunflower oil you'd think would be very healthy, but when you see the processing difference, you can visually see it in the color and everything, but also the taste and the nutrients. So we are excited to get to be the first cooking oil in America to have this certification. We did not have to change anything in our processing to obtain this certification because we have been doing this all along. We're just excited to get to share that with everyone, that they have a verified cooking oil option that is not ultra processed.
Yeah, I love that because I think that that is so timely. We've heard a lot about the no seed oil debate, and really I think at the heart of that is the ultra processing. It's not about seed oils being inherently bad. It's the processing that goes into them. So I think the fact that you have such a high integrity product and you've gone the extra distance to get that non-UPF seal, which is a brand new certification, I think is really telling. And I hope that goes a long way to show consumers that the thing that they should be worried about is the processing and not the actual product itself.
Yes, that it's huge. It makes a big difference. Even with everything that you cook, it's not just baking things, but everything you cook throughout the day. So
now, would you use this? Can I smell it?
Yes.
Really curious.
Definitely. So we have a seal on here. Here, I will
You got the ultra processed seal, and are we not going to be smart enough to open? I got it.
You can smell the sunflowers, and what is fun is that I grew up on the fields that produce our sunflower oil. As a little girl, I would run in the fields. We have pivots that water all of our fields, and I used to run through the pivots as a little girl because we didn't have swimming pools, but we'd get to run through the pivot shooting water. And
tastes like sunflower seeds.
It is, and it smells like it.
Yeah.
Which is a big difference. With most cooking oils, you can't smell and taste that difference, but it does impart that rich flavor into your foods as well. So I especially love it on potatoes or doing chicken fajitas. It's really good too. Yeah. There's all sorts of things, but it's nice to have that extra added nutrients. One additional thing that's really helpful, since it is cold pressed and unrefined, we have a high vitamin E content of 41% per serving. We have actually done lots of testing on different types of sunflower oils, and all sunflower oil is high in vitamin E, but we have yet to find any sunflower oil that competes with 41%. Wow. So it's kind of neat. That's really good for your hair, skin, and nails too. So
yeah. That's fantastic. Now, is this your only product?
It is. We just focus on simply sunflower oil.
Great.
Yeah, we have a 16 ounce and 32 ounce that we sell in retail stores across 33 states.
So this is a product that's been around for a while, but it's just that the seal is the big new.
It is. That is what is new for Simply Sunflower.
That's really interesting. And how are you finding retailers' reaction to that?
They've been excited. It's fun to get to announce it. This is brand new.
The seal's just from this year.
Yes, so, we are in the first 100 products in America to be non-UPF verified. So you will be seeing that more and more as the year progresses. We're just excited to be a part of it. But retailers have been very excited. They want us to get the word out and market that more and more because consumers are seeking foods that are not ultra processed. Right. So we're excited to offer that. And our retailers that already have our product in their stores have just been giving us high fives.
Yeah. Well, I can imagine. And I think too, I think this is really the perfect time for this conversation, not only because of the seed oil debate, but it's really a time when consumers care more and more about the transparency, about the trust piece, about where their food is coming from. And this, you think of this as like the typical, forgive me for saying this, but like a throwaway pantry item, like I just need a little oil, and without putting that thought into it. And I love that this product has that. It is, and it's starting with those pantry staples that we need to make that transformative change in the food system. Yes. So I love that. Big deal. You're a big deal.
Oh, you're a big deal, Adrienne.
Is there anything else that you want to tell us about this product or about your family?
Yes, one additional thing that's really neat that goes back to our family. My niece has a lot of food allergies, and that is one thing that when my dad started Simply Sunflower, he wanted to produce a cooking oil that my sister would be able to use for her family and not have a concern of cross-contamination with peanut oil or sesame oil or other things. And we produce Simply Sunflower oil in an independent processing facility, so there's never a concern of cross-contamination with other types of allergens. So not only is that great for our own family, because we have a lot of food allergies in our family, but also we're so grateful to be able to offer that to anyone where that is a big concern.
That's great. Yeah. Thanks, Dad.
Yes, way to go, Farmer.
I wish you would have come here today. I love
That's it, Farmer Alice.
I love this. Well, thank you so much for being here today. It's such a joy to talk to you. You're brightening me up. I love your sunflower color. Thank you so much. This is fantastic. I'm really excited to try this product.
Thank you. Take it home. Enjoy it.
What would you pay me to chug so far on the podcast?